In this video, we'll see some basic tips which can be used for every RC. Let's start. First thing is, the basic thing is comprehending the passage. That is something that we can't do away with, okay? And this is something that will come with practice. So, a person, if objectively prepares for RC for GMAT, would take anything between 150 to 200 passages. Okay, I'm talking about an average number. Okay, it could be more or less, but 150 to 200 in an objective way. Objective way means following certain strategies. It's not a random practice. Okay, I'm talking about. So, idle time is 2 to 3 minutes to comprehend a passage, but initially it might be more. Don't look at the timing thing initially, because we need to practice as to how to comprehend the passage. Okay, so if you don't understand the meaning of a line, you don't move to the next line. That's the rule, right? Just keep this thing in mind. Okay, there is no point going to the next line till the time you have not understood the meaning of a line. Okay. Now, if you see this first question, so first thing that we can eliminate is use of extreme words, extreme or superlative words, like most, all, everything. Okay, now if you see, you can eliminate first option, D and E, just on that basis. Okay, and I'm not saying they are not wrong otherwise. Okay, if you see carefully, if you go through them carefully, those are actually wrong in this passage, but mostly you can remove these kind of options. Okay. Now, between B and C, if you see, C, hunters killed more Javan rhinos in Vietnam than in Indonesia. This is also an extreme kind of an option. It says hunters killed all the rhinos. It is actually farmers and hunters, the two kind of categories of people killed it. It's not just the hunters. Okay, so left with only B option. So more is known about genetics of Javan rhino. Now, if you see, only DNA is something that we can rely upon. DNA is something that is, what genetics is, and nothing is known about anything else. That's your first option. Going to the second question. So this is a question about attitude or tone. So first of all, when you read any passage, we need to look at opinion of the author. That is the most important thing. Okay, so opinion means the author is giving some prediction, or he is praising someone, or he is doing some critique of someone. That is an opinion of the author. What is not opinion? Let's see. If the author says, the line is, Bill Gates, according to Bill Gates, technology is going to play a very, very big role in the businesses of the future. Okay. Now, this is not an opinion of the author. Okay, he's writing something what Bill Gates says. Okay. Now, if the author says, the author, appreciates or agrees with this, that becomes the opinion. Right? It has to be the thought of the author. For example, if you see here, the Vietnamese herd is probably doomed. Okay, so probably doomed. He's making a prediction. So that's an opinion. Then, ironically, however, the lack of human disturbances allow mature forests to do so and so on. So these are two of the opinions that the author has put. Now, once the opinion is there, then we go for tone. So tone could be positive, negative, neutral also. Okay, it could be balanced also. So it could be of 2-3 types. Now, if you see here, the Vietnamese herd is probably doomed. So the tone is negative, and ironically, so next it is ironic. Okay, if you go to the question, if you see the first option, first gives me positive tone, but our tone is negative, so it can't be the answer. Pointless and doomed. Pointless doesn't mean negative, it means not being objective, not being crisp about what the author is trying to say. So this is also out. Idealistic but profitable. Idealistic is a positive word, not there. If you see E option, confused but heroic, there is nothing heroic about the tone. Problematic and ironic, this is the only option we can pick. So that's how you pick attitude, tone, these kind of questions. Primary purpose. So those kind of questions can be done through. First thing is you find the opinions. Okay, that is the most important task in a passage. Okay. So any option has to go with the tone of the opinion. Next option, the author mentions that the Java Rhino has only one horn in order to do which other. So these kind of questions are called factual questions. So these are based upon some factual figures or factual things given in the passage. First, explain why it is closer to extinction than the African rhino. Nothing about that. Contrast with the number of horns that the Indian rhino has. No. Demonstrate its evolution into separate subspecies. Wrong. Describes the features of an animal. That's the only option that fits into this. Contrast with the number of horns that female have. It doesn't even know how many horns female have. Purpose of the first paragraph is to discuss the different types of rhinoceros that populate the world. No, it's not talking about the whole world. Discuss the ways in which human actions have brought the Javan rhino close to extinction. Does it talk about that? Okay, we need to ask this question. Discuss the ways in which human actions have brought the Javan rhino close to extinction. This is not what is done in the first paragraph. Okay, it is done later. Outline the few known facts about Javan rhino. That's our answer. Safe, no. Subspecies differences, no. Last, which of the following best explains the number of Java rhinos in Vietnam cannot be increased by addition? Constitute a separate subspecies. That could be the answer. Let's see. Javan rhinos cannot swim. Totally absurd. Neither Vietnam or Indonesia has funds. It's not talking about funds. Java rhinos in the Ujung Kulon Peninsula are almost impossible to capture. We are not going to capture them. Terrorist activity, we're not even talking about that. That's your answer. So, what is our learning? First, we need to pick the opinion and then tone of the passage. Second, eliminate or avoid superlative words. Okay, so these are few learnings, and these are applicable in every RC. Okay, it's not just one kind of RC, it's there in every kind of RC. So that's it in this video. Thank you guys.